Perfect. Buongiorno, and welcome to an iconic event of the Coimbra Group University's annual conference. It is the 3MT competition live final. It is a competition initiated by the University of Queensland, and it is meant to explain one's research in 3 minutes. Of course, the language has to be appropriate to a lay audience, a non-specialist one. Only one slide is allowed, no other resources. You can see the rules. I will not go through all of them into details. So, single static slide, no additional electronic media, no additional props, 3 minutes the maximum, otherwise, of course, competitors are disqualified. Presentations are to be in spoken word, no poems, no raps, no songs, no dancing. And of course, they are to commence from the stage. We consider the presentation started when the competitor either moves or starts talking. And of course, we have a panel of judges, and their decision is final. Today, we have with us a wonderful judging panel, and I will quickly tell you a few words about the jury. We have Pierre-Antoine Bonnet, professor of pharmaceutical organic chemistry at the University of Montpellier and president of the French National Academy of Pharmacy. He is a member of the Life Sciences Working Group. We have also with us Maria Francesca Di Filippo, R&D specialist chemico at B&B Dental Implant Company, and she is a winner of the Coimbra Group's 3MT competition from 2020. We also have with us Gunda Huskobla, the managing director of the Graduate Academy of Friedrich Schiller University, Jena. She is a member of the Doctoral Studies Working Group and a former chair, and very passionate about the 3MT competition. And then we also have João Ramalha Santos, Vice-Rector for Research and full professor at the Department of Life Sciences, University of Coimbra, member of the Executive Board of the Coimbra Group. And last but not least, we have Vitis Silius, the Vice Dean for Strategy and Communication of the Faculty of Philosophy, Vilnius University, a member of the Social Sciences and Humanities Working Group. And now, you can see the judging criteria from 2 categories. The first one is comprehension and content. So, they will look and check if the presentation provided an understanding of the background and significance to the research question, if it clearly described the impact and the results of the research, if it followed a clear and logical sequence, if the thesis topic, the research significance, and the results were communicated in a language appropriated for a non-specialist audience, and also if they spend adequate time on each of the normal, let's say, points of a structure for such a presentation. And in the other category of judging criteria, we have engagement and communication. So, did the oration make you, the audience, want to find out more? Was the presenter careful not to trivialize and not to generalize the research? If the presenter conveyed enthusiasm for their research, if it captured attention and maintained eye contact with the audience, if they had enough stage presence, so being a little bit of an actor as well, did they present everything in a clear, legible, and concise manner. So these are the rules, and we will begin with competitors in an alphabetic order. So we will start with Bianca Brendel from the University of Graz. The title of her presentation is Personalized Medicine, Health for Everybody. The research area is pharmaceutical and biopharmacy, and just a little bit of spice about her hobbies. She likes to bake, she's passionate about baking, and also hiking. Bianca, the floor is yours.
I want you to take a look at the person to your left and to your right. Statistically speaking, 1 out of the 2 people you just looked at will be affected by a chronic disease at some point in their life. And chronic diseases don't pass within a few days. They require long-term treatment, sometimes for life. And this means patients have to take pills every single day for months or even years. As you can imagine, this is pretty uncomfortable. Now, imagine a tiny device, as small as a toothpick that can be implanted under your skin, where it gradually dissolves and releases medication for several months, completely replacing the need for daily pills. Sounds futuristic, right? But we already use these types of implants, for example, in birth control. So why not for chronic diseases? The reason is that the current production approaches for these implants only allow us to produce a few fixed daily doses. But when we are treating chronic diseases, patients often require a dose somewhere in between. So how do we solve that? In my PhD, I explored a completely innovative production method for these implants: 3D printing. We incorporate our medicine directly into the 3D printing filament, which we then feed into the 3D printer to print the implant. And this gives us huge freedom on how to design the internal structure of these implants. And the goal of my PhD was to find out how we can personalize the daily dose simply through adjusting the implant design. And this is what I found out. Imagine the drug molecule as a little mouse and the implant as a block of Swiss cheese with our mouse trapped in the center. If the cheese has lots of big holes in it, so by printing a high porosity implant, our mouse, so our drug molecule, can easily escape. So we get a fast drug release and a high daily dose. Or on the other hand, we can print a membrane around our implant. So in our example, we could wrap the cheese. And this makes it harder for the mouse to escape. So we would get a lower daily dose. So to put this into scientific words, through the implant design, we can control the diffusion pathway of our drug molecule through the implant. And by printing a membrane, we can add a diffusion barrier. And these 2 design parameters and the combination of them can be used to freely adjust the daily dose. So in the future, a simple 3D printer in the back of a pharmacy might be all it needs to produce a fully personalized implant, making the life of patients with chronic diseases so much easier. Thank you.
We continue with Uffe Kjørgaard from Aarhus University. The title of his presentation is Looking Inside the Liver, Unveiling Cancer's Metabolic Fingerprint. The research area is clinical medicine. As a spice for his hobbies, he likes trail and ultra marathon. So he will bring us to a marathon for his research. The floor is yours.
I make sugar magnetic, and by doing so, I will completely change how we see and understand liver cancer. Hear me out. Inside your body is a large energy factory, the liver. This factory consists of billions of tiny small units all working together, the liver cells. Their primary fuel is sugar. When liver cancer develops, it starts with one of these tiny units changes how it uses sugar. It then multiplies, it grows, and over time it grows big enough that a part of the factory starts to look a little bit different. But instead of only seeing how the factory looks, I want to know, and I want to show how a specific part of the factory actually works. So that is exactly what I have done in my PhD. How? By making sugar magnetic. Well, I don't make it so magnetic that you can stick it on your fridge, but I make it magnetic enough that a large magnet, an MRI scanner, can see it 20,000 times more clearly. In my PhD, I've scanned patients with liver cancer, and while these patients are laying inside the scanner, I inject magnetic sugar into their arms that travels all the way through the blood to the liver, while I record live images of their liver. In the top right corner, you see one of these images. The red color is how the liver uses sugar. The yellow color is how cancer uses sugar. In my PhD, I show that liver cancer uses sugar completely different than the healthy liver. So why is this important? Why does this even matter? Researchers have known for over 100 years that cancer cells use sugar differently. Well, it matters because now we have a method. We have a technology that can actually look inside the bodies of these patients, inside the liver cells, and measuring it in real time. In the near future, this technology has the potential to diagnose liver cancer earlier, track treatment response, and most importantly, give these patients a better chance at survival. We are not just seeing tumors, we are seeing the energy that fuels them. And that could change everything. Thank you.
And finally, we will shortly invite Almudena Moreno-Borayo from Trinity College, Dublin. The title of our presentation is Triggering Healing, Materials that Outsmart Brain Cancer. The area, Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. She is also an activist for PhD's employment status. The floor is yours.
Most of you would recognize the scene at the top of the screen. This is Tom Cruise in the very first Mission Impossible movie, trying to avoid touching the floor underneath him, which can sense him, or all hell will break loose. Everyone's holding their breath, rooting for him, hoping he will defeat the enemy, but I actually want him to fall. See, for me, brain cancer, and in particular glioblastoma, are my Tom Cruise. Glioblastoma is the most common, but also the most aggressive adult brain cancer. And once you're diagnosed with it, you're expected to live just a little bit more than 1 year. It remains incurable. And the reason why is because this cancer, it's incredibly smart. And just like Tom, it has a mission, which is to avoid our therapies and to make sure that even after we scoop it out of the brain, it leaves enough cells behind, or little Toms, so that it can come back. So here's where my research comes in. For the past 3 years, I've been developing the materials that you see at the bottom of the screen, which are really special. And what makes them special is that they're smarter than Tom. See, those little particles in red and blue that you see there are capable of sensing Tom, but he doesn't even need to touch them. He just needs to enter the room. And they will know that he's around because his pH is lower than that one of the environment around him. So they will know, open up, and release their ammo. As to what's inside, we put combinations of drugs that we know are particularly lethal against glioblastoma. And the way that we know this is because we took cells from real glioblastoma patients, grew their tumors in the lab, and we watched under the microscope how our particles went inside the tumors, released the drugs, and killed them. So we were ready to start preclinical studies, but we didn't stop there. We put our particles into a smart gel tube. Now this gel can go into the cavity left behind by the tumor, and it extends all those little toms left behind, but it would also force them to come in contact with it. So we're literally bringing the floor to tom to make sure all hell breaks loose. So far, we've had very promising results with our mice, in the sense that those that we treated with our materials lived for longer, and their tumors recurred less. But ultimately, our goal is to bring these materials to the clinic, to the glioblastoma patients, and make glioblastoma's mission impossible. Thank you.
Now that the tension that could have been cut with a knife is over, just for a moment, of course, the jury will retire to deliberate, and at 3 o'clock, we will all know the results. Who will be the winner and who will be the finalists. Thank you for being with us. Maybe one big round of applause for the jury as well. And the rest of our activities will continue. Stay with us and see you soon.
But anyway, I realized why they made me the president of the jury, because they were all in the previous session. And that's why. So anyway, I would like to, where are they? Oh, there you are. I would like to, the jury, I'm speaking on behalf of all the jury, would like to congratulate everybody for your outstanding performances. And I'm from your field, so I understood absolutely everything, which is very annoying. But for this competition, not in general, okay? But luckily we had a lot of members of the jury, a minority of members of the jury were not from these fields. And they didn't know anything about your work, and that was also very important for us to decide. So congratulations on not making it this far. Hope you have outstanding careers. Hope all PhD students get a contract, Almudena. I think that is your fight. Although I know what the challenges are, believe me, okay? As vice rector, which is in charge of, not in charge, you're in charge of your own lives, come on. That's what it's supposed to be. So anyway, we'll announce now, we decided on doing something, but now circumstances make me change a little bit. We'll decide the winner first, and then we'll decide. We already decided. We will give these nice little things to the three people. Where are these? Whatever, never mind. So the winner, after much debate and discussion, we wanted something to burn, and burn white, so you would, like the Pope, but apparently they don't let fires inside the University of Bologna for some reason. I didn't understand that. So anyway, congratulations, Almudena. You are the winner. I was going to do this the other way around, but I was told 10 seconds ago that she actually has a flight. So, Bianca, congratulations. You are not the winner. However, you are an outstanding scientist. Congratulations. Okay, cheers. And Uffe, I really, really enjoyed your talk because I want to know what's happening. When's your paper published? Is it published?
Soon.
Okay. Wrong question to ask. The other wrong question to ask is, how's the writing coming on the final? Okay, that's the wrong question to ask. Sorry. Okay, cool. Congratulations. Thank Okay, so if this doesn't work, do theater.
Okay, thank
You'd be great.
you. I was more thinking about stand-up, but
Stand-up, yeah, why not? Scientific stand-up. That would be good. The market would not be great for that. No. Anyway, congratulations to everybody. Oh, and another picture? Are we done now?
Can I go?
Okay, you can go. Bye-bye.